Greetings, Patreon. I am Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome back to Geekvolution After Dark. It is After Dark. It sure is. Because we would hate to false advertise.
Wouldn't After Dark be day?
It means After Dark means after it becomes dark.
Yeah, after the darkness has fallen.
But you're right. How come in Gremlins we're never told how far after midnight you can feed them? Yeah. Don't feed them after midnight. Okay, but 6 o'clock in the morning is after midnight. In fact, every minute that is not midnight is after midnight if you're looking at it past midnight.
Is it possible that you can't feed them until 1 p.m.? Until the clock changes over and you're on a new cycle of numbers?
Well, who knows?
I should have put that on my thing.
They don't
I have
tell
a whole
you
thing
that.
about why 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. is dumb.
I should turn the clock on. I honestly haven't done that.
Okay.
But anyway, because usually we do that when we get into our... Yeah, thank you. It is an hour. That's the... He just wanted to double check and make sure that we weren't going to do this for 3 hours because he would be asleep. There's a pillow right there, though. My shot record was my bachelor party.
Oh.
And my
Did you have a crazy bachelor party?
I did. I had a crazy bachelor party. I went to my first stand-up comedy show.
Oh.
And the stand-up comedian gave me a shot during his set. I got called out because it was my birthday. Or my birthday. What am I talking about? I got called out because I was getting married. It was not my birthday and I was getting married.
Are you sure you're not drunk?
No, I'm not.
Now, as I read through this article, he may start to sound more and more like crazy, or he may start as a crazy person. It's the principle of the thing that makes him a hero, not the actions of the man. It has been described as the first date from hell, and it ended in a lawsuit. A man from Texas sued a woman this week for $17.31, the price of a cinema ticket, after she irritated him by...
How much are the court fees?
After she irritated him by texting during a movie. Brandon Vesmar, 37, 37 of Austin, claimed Crystal Cruz, Crystal Cruz was a threat to civilized society.
Oh no, she's a supervillain. Listen to that name, Crystal Cruz.
After she used her phone to read and send text messages at least 10 to 20 times in the first 15 minutes of a 3D showing of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. Mr. Vizmar asked Miss Cruz to stop, but she refused. He suggested she step outside to use her phone, after which she left the cinema and never came back.
How is this a legal issue? How in any way whatsoever?
The 35-year-old woman also drove away in her car in which she had driven them both, leaving him without a ride to home. A few days later, he messaged her asking for the price of a ticket. But she refused because he took me out on a date.
She's not even of the obvious generation that people would stereotype as the people that would do that.
James Gunn tweeted, "Why stop at suing? She deserves jail time."
That's the best.
Texting was a direct violation of the cinema's policy, and the woman adversely affected Mr. Vesmar's viewing experience.
That's true,
and that of other patients, the petition states.
But then you take it up with the movie theater, not the law.
The damages saw they're modest. The principle is important as defendant's behavior is a threat to civilized society.
I got these pants, and I put them on when I got home because I wanted to see what they look like. I've never bought like a weird colored pair of pants like that, and I was very excited about it. So I put my pants on, and a few hours later, I reached into my pocket, and I discovered a wad of cash that had been left in the pants when somebody donated it to this thrift store.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
That may make you uncomfortable right now.
About where the money came from?
No.
Okay.
So you bought the pants.
Right.
And you wore them.
I wore the pants.
Have you washed the pants?
No.
Because
I probably should have.
Theoretically, if there's money in it and the money looks good, they also did not wash the pants.
That's a really good point you're making. I didn't think of that. And like, I guess when you buy, well, this is uncomfortable. Well, thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for. Let's just go on to some other topic. No, so I had $57 in my pants, which was the exact amount of money that I need for a piece of memorabilia that is more expensive than I wanted to pay for it, and I was probably gonna drop the money for anyway. But it was really nice that suddenly I'm basically getting this for free. There is a exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con Tick Pop from the new show. That's the new costume, not the old costume. Because they dramatically changed that costume. Oh, that comes out in a few weeks. I'm so excited about it. Yeah, middle of August. Oh, late August, like 20 something. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
August is after July.
I'm drinking Rolling Rock. This is not the best beer.
Is it for the pain?
But we I
don't hate it.
It's just okay, but it is kind of watered down. Am I right?
It's like a middle of the road thing where like I'm like well, I can't dislike this. It's not great,
at the price. It tastes better, if that makes any sense.
Well,
and the fact that I can buy
have you had
6
cold
of these
yet?
for $5. This is cold.
Oh, it is cold?
Yeah.
Is that better?
I mean, my first one was cold too.
It's not much better. Go back and watch the AVGN. He Made Me Watch. If you have not watched it, because you'll find out when the AVGN nerd Cap is.
Yeah, I know.
He knows it like he knows Star Trek.
I really want to think I don't know it that well, but I don't know.
Is Ghostbusters a salvageable franchise at this point in time?
Ooh, that's a great question!
Yep.
Now when you say at this point in time, do we mean is it salvageable if you try to do it tomorrow, or is it ever salvageable?
I mean at this point in time, how long is it before it is salvageable?
Because I have heard you say multiple times it needs a decade.
I've heard you say that.
Have I said that?
Yeah, I
thought that was the thing you said first.
No, you said first.
We spend way too much time.
Yeah, we do.
We don't have to talk about this very long. I kind of just want to make this statement on video somewhere. Okay. We have talked about this some. Anthony Mackie is destined to be my best friend, and I just want to throw that out there that I want Anthony Mackie to be my best friend, and I think
if you became friends with Anthony Mackie and Donald Logue, I would never see you again.
No, that's true. Absolutely. Dude, we would be the best trio. Going out, hanging out.
Oh man, what if Anthony Mackie and Donald Logue were friends?
What if they weren't friends?
What if they were
the best? And every time we go get drinks, he says, "Got the check."
You know what Anthony Mackie would do? Anthony Mackie would jump out of the plane with you.
Yes, he would. Well, he clearly has done a lot of that kind of stunt work. He'd be real. Well, no, it'd be great to jump out of a plane with Anthony Mackie because then he'd push a button on his back and he'd have wings, and then we'd just fly around.
You do understand that movies are not real, yes? It still could happen.
Yeah. So we've talked a long time about what in the world we would do for another landmark as far as subscribers go. Because if you're not familiar with this, back in it's been since 2013 now. It's been 5 years. I jumped out of an airplane when we hit 10,000 subscribers, and we have now passed 25,000. And I was going to do something for that, and it fell through, and we just didn't come up with anything when that.
We tried to do the musical episode, but
yeah, but I don't know. It's just
can't sing.
Right, and I kept writing folk melodies, and it wasn't working out, and we couldn't get the bagpipes. Bagpipes were essential, and we just couldn't get those.
It's a Geekvolution. We're not saying it's a revolution. It's a Geekvolution.
Yeah, I was really hoping that you wouldn't. That's the one song Eric wrote, and it was worse than anything else I had. But anyway, so we
I'm terrible at writing lyrics.
So we decided. At one point, maybe, not decided, we talked about maybe at some point both jumping out of the plane, because honestly I didn't think Eric would do it, and he said he would, and Eric's one of the only people I've ever met that would be willing to do that with me, so that could happen. What?
My phone has 10% battery left. I'm hoping I can read this news article before...
Quick, go get a pen and write it all down!
A report on Alex Jones' InfoWars claiming child sex slaves have been kidnapped and shipped to Mars is untrue, NASA told the Daily Beast on Thursday. There are no humans on Mars, there are no active rovers on Mars.
But then, NASA responded to it.
It's because it apparently got popular enough or got said enough that NASA felt the need to come out and say they do not have a secret child sex slave colony on Mars.
And this is the world we live in.
That NASA has to respond to something like this.
I'm not saying I'm with Alex Jones on this, but if they were really doing that, that is still what they would say.
Obviously, that's what they would say.
That is what they would say.
They wouldn't say, "Oh, well, you caught us." They would say, "Well, no, we don't have this." This conversation got started. We were talking about Miss Tessmacher, who, along with Marty's mom, I considered to be like the first, like the sexual awakening kind of thing. Like that's the first woman I looked at where I was like, "Oh, women."
Yeah, and I don't get that. We've got 5 minutes.
Let's see if my phone will.
5 minutes of playtime. You guys want to see something that's bullshit? Look at this thing. So Eric and I were playing with this earlier. You know what this is? This was a Burger King toy, I think. Maybe McDonald's. I think it was Burger King. What does it say on the back? Does it say Burger King? Hey, okay. This is from Avengers, and it's it's a Black Widow bracelet. And first of all, it's nuts because it's big enough, even though it's for kids, that it fits around both.
Yeah, you were real self-conscious about the fact that it fits around your wrist.
Wrist, and it fits. And then Eric's like, "Oh, it fits my wrist too." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing." But anyway, no, this seems like a real bullshit thing for Black Widow to wear around because all it does is give away her position
and have something hanging off it that makes noise and can catch on things.
Yeah, why would you want that? This thing is only dangling from this, so kids will immediately know what the it is. That it's. I hate to admit, I have fallen asleep in the theater many times.
Really?
And, yes, yeah. I used to have a massive...
That's worse than texting. I'm suing you. Happy Feet is vile, angry propaganda aimed at children, and the moral message is, if you are different and unique, and maybe, oh my god, is this what happened to the world? Does everyone see Happy Feet? If you're different and unique, do not be yourself. Make everyone like you.